Hello, students, and welcome back. Today's topic is positive psychology. What makes you happy? Are you happy? So, positive psychology really begins with the humanistic tradition started by Carl Rogers and Abraham Maslow. So, it started around the 1950s, 1960s, and it was a holistic approach to human existence. So, it was studying things like meaning in life, values, freedom, personal responsibility, and human potential. This is self-actualization, if you remember that. A focus on weakness. So a lot of psychology up to the humanistic tradition was really focused on the negative, trying to answer questions like, which factors impair human functioning? What is wrong with people? So a quote here from Seligman and Csikszentmihalyi, psychology has, since World War II, become a science largely about healing. It concentrates on repairing damage within a disease model of human functioning, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Seligman went back and did what's called a meta-analysis. A meta-analysis means looking at all of the research. And when he did that, looking at abstracts in psychological research. So the abstract is sort of like the introduction to a research paper. So it kind of tells you what's going on. From looking at psychological abstracts from 1967 to 2000, there were 5,584 about anger, 41,416 mentions of anxiety, 54,040 mentions of depression, and only 415 references to joy, 1,710 for happiness, and 2,582 for life satisfaction. That is a ratio of 21 to 1 favoring negative examples of human functioning. A focus on weakness. To visualize this, a lot of psychology up to positive psychology, or you might make the argument humanistic psychology, was the focus on taking people from negative 100 in terms of how they feel to 0, to normal. The first misconception: fixing what is wrong automatically leads to well-being. So positive affect and negative affect are not on the same continuum. Getting rid of anger, fear, and depression will not automatically cause peace, love, and joy. The absence of mental illness does not imply the presence of mental health, and vice versa. Most of psychology has really been trying to get people to, quote, normal functioning, to get them to 0. But this doesn't equate to getting people from normal to 100%, to being optimal. Misconception 2. It is not the absence of stress that is related to successful weight maintenance, but rather the ability to effectively deal with stress. Misconception 3. A weakness focus can help to prevent problems. So when it comes to prevention, the question should not be, how can we treat people with problem X effectively? But rather, how can problem X be prevented from occurring? Another important note here: why do people suffer from problem X versus why do some people flourish despite difficult circumstances? Positive psychology. So positive psychology is the study of the conditions and processes that contribute to the flourishing of or optimal functioning of people, groups, and institutions. Or put another way, positive psychology is the study of positive human strengths, traits, motives, virtues, and behavior, with the avowed goal of understanding how to optimize these qualities in people's lives. The founder of positive psychology is Martin Seligman. Martin Seligman is most well known for his studies in learned helplessness, which I'm going to link you to right now. The genesis of this idea actually came from Martin Seligman interacting with his 5-year-old daughter. And this was right around the time he had become elected the president of the American Psychological Association. His child said, "Daddy, I want to talk to you." "Yes," he said. "Daddy, do you remember before my 5th birthday? From the time I was 3 to the time I was 5, I decided not to whine anymore. That was the hardest thing I've ever done. And if I can stop whining, you can stop being a grouch." And so Seligman thought, that's really interesting. And that's really what ignited this whole movement. A focus on strengths. So the question should really be, what is right about people? Which factors promote human flourishing? And how do we get someone from 0 to 100? So Seligman claims that there is an imbalance of psychology. So there's more focus on the negative 100 to 0 rather than 0 to 100, which is the bulk of human functioning. When we talk about abnormality, that tends to be rare. What about all the people who are flourishing, who are doing well? The aim of positive psychology is to begin to create a change in the focus of psychology from preoccupation only with repairing the worst things in life to also building positive qualities. It aims for the optimal balance between positive and negative thinking. Positive psychology is a supplement to negative psychology, not a substitute. Some of the topics that interest positive psychologists are gratitude, meaning, forgiveness, cooperation, relationship satisfaction, organizational citizenship, and virtues and strengths. Other topics are flow, intrinsic motivation and happiness, optimism, resilience, personal growth, hope, spirituality, well-being, and health. Let's talk about flow. Flow was first studied by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, and it's really about the optimal combination of challenge and skill in the individual. You attain a focused state of consciousness, almost like hyper-focused, and you have diminished awareness of yourself and time. It seems to just sort of slip away. So flow is very similar to the optimum arousal theory, also known as the Yerkes-Dodson law. We're going to watch a short video about flow right now. The character strengths that promote happiness and well-being. The strengths-based approach to psychology is known as the PERMA model. So the PERMA model is a focus on positive emotions, engagement, positive relationships, meaning, and of course, accomplishment. So it's all about gratitude, love, hope, and learning. What I want you to do right now is take the character strengths survey, which I'm going to link you to right now. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all I have for you today. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a fantastic day.